Welcome back, everybody. Carolina Keith, Thursday evening. Good to see everybody. Welcome back to Crypto After Dark. Let's get it. All right, so I don't know why everything was tripping when I started everything right there, but when you cut back to one live stream a week, you don't use this button a lot over here on my stream deck because that's how I switch the transitions back and forth. Clearly, you screw up when you don't do it enough, right? When you go from doing it 3 times a week to 1 time a week, what are you going to do? Good to see everybody. Welcome back. Got some cool stuff to do tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the Ichimoku Cloud, how it works, why it does what it does, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to break all that down. As well, we're going to go over the market bit by bit here to find all the ins and outs. Let me break out a fresh sheet of paper here so I can make sure I got all the particulars written down. But we've had a hell of a couple days, haven't we? I think we have. So before you do anything, please go hit like, go comment, and go subscribe. It's free. It costs nothing to do so. And when you do that, when you go hit like, when you go comment and over here on the right over here and say hello and talk, and when you subscribe, hit the notification bell, more people come on board, more people are going to be here to learn, and more people are going to grow from this experience, all right? It's what we want. We want people to be as knowledgeable as they possibly can in this space. And we're here to try our best to get the message out the best we can. You know, we've been waiting for this 20,000 level for quite a while. Honestly, I honestly didn't expect this thing to go as far as it did. I didn't think it would go all the way to 25,000 this rapidly. Because of that, it gives me a little bit of, I don't know, pause about what the market's doing. It's just kind of odd. At the same time, we're starting to see some of those more fair prices come in. You know, we have a CME gap that we're going to talk about here in a moment. But overall, we needed this retrace. You can't run this hot on all the indicators and expect them to keep up. They simply can't do it. Price action will slow down after a while. It's only a matter of time. Once you start to realize these kind of things, you start to understand what you can and can't do, right? So let's go say hey to everyone, then we'll chop our way through it, shall we? All right. We got 47 people on, 30 people have hit like. If everyone go hit like, we'll be already near 50. That would be awesome. What's up, Wim Mullet? Good to see you, brother. Jeremy Monroe, what's up, my guy? Educated Dummy. Ronan, what's up? Nothing. What's up, Corey? Let's see. What's up, Dean? Good to see you. Dynamis. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, brother. Manolo. Jag. China Matt. What is the most effective way to get a hardcore crypto TA off of your porch? Pay him for the pizza. That's pretty good, Matt. Good to see you, China Matt. China Matt's one of the smartest people I know, everyone. When he talks, everyone should listen. Big Tex. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Big Dex, good to see you. Ghost Guy, what's up, my friend? Brother Bill J. Nicholas from the Bay Area, good to see you, brother. Straight up berserkly. What's up, bro? Good to see you, my friend. Old time listener, brother. Good to see you. Hope your daughter's doing well. JD Crypto again. Lunatic Prophet, what's up, Miss Kelly Slade? Sir Sigma, what's up, guy? Good to see you on here. I know it's awful late for you over here on the East Coast, and on Tennessee time anyway. Rope-a-dope, what's up, my friend? Beast Mode, Raging Beagle, what's up? Kayaka, howdy from Australia. Can you do some TA on WBT stock? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can get to that. We shall. I try to timestamp everything as well, so now we can go back afterwards and watch the live streams later and see all the timestamps and see what happened and when it happened, right? That's the idea. Gaffer, what's up, brother? Good to see you. All right. So if you look right here, Big Tex has shared the Discord information right there on the right. Our Discord is pretty darn cool. Here is the link. launchpass.com/the786//half off. It's down in the description of this video at the moment. It's only $8 a month. That's one venti coffee. One venti coffee from Starbucks can get you a wealth of knowledge laid into your lap. All you have to do is commit about 5 to 15 minutes a day worth of effort. It will not be given to you. That's not what we do. So, without further ado, let's break into this. All right, so 20,000 was the level we were looking for. Why is that? Well, number one, it's a psychological round number that played very well over here for quite a long time. 20,000 jogged back and forth and back and forth. We all remember this level fairly well here. Everyone wants to blame this move down here on FTX. I mean, it's a bit lazy. If you ask me, it tried to break 20,000 for a really long time and then couldn't crack it. And then here we are. So now we've essentially created two of the exact same things here. If you notice that, we may get some short term up here. We may break out and continue to go up because we are now over a trend line, as opposed to when we were over here. We were under this big trend line. Again, as you can see, we are now over this big trend line, which changes things. All right. We were looking forward to this retrace so that we could grab more buyers and try to make another move back up. So in case you don't understand how this works, imagine an elevator. All right. Every time the elevator goes up and down, it's dropping passengers off and pulling new passengers and whatnot. When there are no passengers, the elevator just sits there and doesn't move. All right. And that's essentially what happened for several days up at the top floor here. All right. We got up to the top floor and the elevator just sat there waiting on more people, but no one came. All right. So the elevator sat there and waited and waited and waited. By nature, the longer an elevator sits there and doesn't move, the more likely it is to move. All right. So as you see, the elevator has started its way back down to find more passengers. Currently, there are only passengers coming down. We would obviously like to see some passengers get on and help this move back up. I think everyone can understand the basics behind what I'm trying to say here. So I want to see that improve. Currently, the elevator is going down. How did I come up with this level in the green box right here? Well, I did that with Fibonacci retracement and support resistance. So whenever you see a large area of price action chop along sideways like this is an area of support or resistance. What's the difference between support and resistance? Well, when you're over a particular area, that's support. And I mean the price. When it's over a particular area, it's support. So anything over that yellow line was acting as support. Anything under it was acting as resistance, okay? Once you fail that level and it becomes resistance, as it did here, it tried to get through and then broke. Once that happens, it becomes more difficult, all right? You've got to get back over that same line and reclaim it. And it has reclaimed it, as you see here, right? You've reclaimed it now. Even though this is down at the moment, you have reclaimed this 20,000 level, and it's kind of bouncing around fighting with it now. How long is it going to put that fight up for? Well, we're not sure yet, are we? We're not. We're not sure how long it's going to be able to keep this fight going. But what I do know is it's over that big trend line that it wasn't over before. Once you do something like that and you flip over a trend line like this, you have to move your bias from bearish to more bullish. You have to start looking for buying opportunities because you're over that bear market line. All right. We were under it before and now we're over it. So now we're going to look for more opportunities to buy. We've been given an opportunity to buy over the last week or so. So now that we know how support and resistance works and we know we're bouncing around on some support right in through here, let's call it 20,000. We'll set the coordinates on that so it's exactly 20,000. If you don't know how I did that, I picked the trend line tool here and then I clicked on it. Then I clicked settings, which was right here. I clicked settings. And after I clicked settings, I went to coordinates and typed in 20,000. That's exactly where the line went. I'm going to make that red because it's an important line. And as you see, we bounced right off of it, which is good. Acting as support. We would like to see it continue to do so. Okay. If it fails that, then the battle begins. We have to get back over and rapidly. If it does not get back over rapidly, then more failure will incur. Now, since it's a nice round psychological level, $20,000, I expect it to hold up, honestly. Now, that doesn't mean it will, but this goes all the way back to the previous bull market. I don't have it on this chart. Hang on. We'll pull it up on Bitstamp. All right, this level just so happens to be the 2017 top. Okay, so now it's got to break back down through this to get down here to these lower levels where it never quite got before, which is about 13,000 to 10,000, which is where we kind of said it was going to go a long time ago. It just took its sweet ass ginger time getting there. So we had to wait on it. And back to where we were on the Binance chart here. The reason I use the Binance chart, people ask this all the time, is pretty simple. There's the most money is on Binance. So it's less, they're less weird wicks, put it that way. Data is more consistent. So I pull a fib from the bottom here and I pull it up to the top using this kind of local trend line here. And this may not be the correct trend line. It may have to come out some more like this. It's tough to call this one exactly. What I see here is no matter which way we do this, even if we pull this out here and say, oh, it needs to come out, whatever, doesn't matter. Trend line at the top of the trend line sitting on top here becomes a fairly reasonable target. That just so happens to be right at the 50 fib and right at the 618 level. And what we know about Bitcoin is that it particularly likes this 618 level or the golden pocket level to retrace back to all the time. This happens constantly with Bitcoin. It will run up and down and up and down, but these are the levels it tends to go to, right? It's common practice for Bitcoin for it to do this. It's in that box now. If it fails this box, it's, testing its ability to hold this red line, which is the bear market line. All right. I don't outright think we fail that yet. Many are starting to fail this, as many have pointed out, but we're still well over it on Bitcoin here. I'm going to show you a different chart in a moment that'll look a little different, right? But it's important. So first things first, we could still come down to 19.2 here and be okay because it's going to take some time to balance out. In my opinion, this is more of a high time frame move, meaning a higher time frame of a weekly or a monthly, where this action is really happening. So we need to give it some time to play out. What are the worst case Ontario here? Well, worst case Ontario is this just continues to pilfer down here, capitulates instead of just retracing, because this is just a retrace currently. If it capitulates and really pulls down, well, your levels are around 13,000 to 12,000, or this gray box that I've got drawn that I've had up there for a very long time. The fact that we're seeing this weakness now kind of shows me that things are leveling out, right? The playing field is kind of evening out a little bit. So I reduced my positions throughout the week here, took a little bit less risk on, not trying to get cute. Now, I did buy some Bitcoin at 20,000 even, and it did jump back up. That was helpful and useful. I did swap to XLM to move from one exchange to the next. I made some money on arbitrage there, like SBF. That was useful. So it's all right. It's all good. I'm just playing it straight and not doing anything too cute here, okay? That's my take on Bitcoin. I don't want to go too far into it because it's not really necessary. We clearly have a short-term downtrend. We clearly have sold off a good amount. We're at a psychological level of 20,000, which is a support line, which is the red line that you see right there. Let's see how it holds up. All right. It's either going to hold or fail. It's pretty simple. And this key level is important. We could go a little lower and it wouldn't be the end of the world. I expect it to jog back and forth like it did here. Okay. We'll see if it can hold up. And matter of fact, this exact same price action wouldn't be terrible to see it, bounce around here and see if it can do the opposite of what it did here instead of rolling over and failing and holding on and going back up more. One thing at a time though, okay? One thing at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. What's up, Shep Stacks? Good to see you. Paulo K, what's up? Good to see you. Cycling Cotton, what's up, my guy? All right, so let's look at the CME chart real quick, and then we'll get into the Ichimoku Cloud, because that's what I said we would talk about. 62 people on, 41 have hit like. Go hit like, everybody. They're free. They don't cost anything to hit the like button. 62 people are watching. 65 now. Just go hit like. It's not that complicated. It helps us. It helps everybody. Why not? It doesn't hurt you. You can always block me later. Many people do. People don't like to hear the truth. People don't like to hear what doesn't benefit them, right? It's just human nature, and I understand that. So I don't get upset about it. All right, so here's the CME chart. This one's already came back down to the trend line. This is why I was saying this would look a little bit different. It's already came down and kind of double tapped the trend line here at the 50 fib. And the moving averages are also different here. As you see, we are touching or almost touching the 100 moving average right now. We've already busted through the 200 and the 50 at the same time. That's unsustainable. When you break through moving averages like this is unsustainable. It will not hold up, all right? This will eventually have to retrace back up here a little bit and capture some of this magic back because you push through all these moving averages without checking up on them and having a break, all right? It's inevitable that we get a rollback back up. We have clean closed this CME gap, so it's no longer there, so I can take that off. Excellent. I expected this to kind of last out to about the 17th. Honestly, I was going to give it an extra week, but it hurried up and did it now, which is a good thing. I'm glad it got it over with. Are there any other CME gaps? Yes, there are. There's a CME gap down at about $9,675. Sorry, just the facts. But for the time being, seeing as how we're sitting on top of this trend line, I expect this to hold for the rest of the day. And then I expect the weekend to be a little wonky. And I expect Monday to have a little bit of up here. All right. And I'm expecting to be able to play off that little bit of up. One step at a time, though. All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I keep saying that because it's very important. All right. So next levels here, if it breaks this trend line, back down to local support at roughly 18.5. Farther fall from there would put it down to 16.750 and potentially all the way down to 14.5 if it capitulated all the way down here and wanted to sweep the lows, but I don't see that at this time. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just a simp on the internet, right? Who just happens to spend a lot of time doing charts. Bill Childers, what's up, my guy? Some people are too cheap to pay attention, bro. Jay Gross, I was talking about this today with another guy who wanted to cancel his membership. And he said, I just don't have the time. So what I did was I went and looked up this person. I found their Twitter, found their IP address, some other information. They spent about 45 minutes today on Twitter scrolling around and looking at different things. You spent 45 minutes scrolling on Twitter, and that wasn't count what you did on TikTok. 45 minutes just on Twitter. You couldn't spend 5 minutes on charts. What it comes down to is effort. People have to put in the effort and put in the hard work to make money. You thought this was going to be easy and just fall into your lap. You are mistaken. If you are here, then that means you have the gall to hang it out and keep going here and not quit. So if you're not going to quit, put in the extra effort to become successful. You think I got here by not working hard? Holy shit, this was a tough fight to get here. And I'm not willing to give it up real easy. All right? I'm not going to roll over and quit. I'm going to continue to fight and continue to try harder and harder and harder to get better at what I do. All right? I want to be the absolute best at what I do. Am I the best right now? No, I am not. But I want to be. I want to be. So I'm going to keep digging and fighting and trying. Now, let's get into the Ichimoku Cloud, shall we? And we shall. So I did Bitcoin, and then I did Bitcoin CME, and I did those for the first 20 minutes. And the CME chart was really for like, what? 5 minutes. So I'll do first 15 here. And then now we're going to do the cloud. All right, so I'm going to pick just any random chart to do the cloud with. It doesn't matter, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go away from crypto for a moment, and I'll go to a stock. I'll just pick any random stock, and I've got a list here of top ones. Google. How about Google? All right, let's erase everything. No drawings, just candles on the chart. And I got this on a daily time frame, all right? So here's how the Ichimoku Cloud works. It's a very simple breakdown. All right, so I don't know why I'm recording this. I've already done this on the internet, so we can just leave it the way it is now. Our normal candles show us daily openings and closings and show us all the price action in between. That is our candle bodies and our candle wicks, okay? The cloud simplifies all this and kind of takes that away from us, all right? It makes this an easier spot to get in, an easier spot to get out. It takes a little bit of profits off the top. It takes a little bit of profits off the bottom. And it gives you that midpoint swing around back and forth area to have a just relax and wait session, honestly. It's a very useful strategy. Let's go over it now. I'm going to take the candles off because we don't even need them yet. I'm going to pull the Ichimoku Cloud up now. If you want the Ichimoku Cloud, just type on indicators and type in ICHI. ICHI. Ichimoku Clouds. Bunches of them. And this is just a standard Ichimoku Cloud. It's a free indicator on TradingView. So what am I going to start with first? So I'm going to take everything off except the lag line, the lagging span. Now, there are other names for this. You can call it many different things, and I don't think it's necessary. So what is the lagging span, or the lag line, as you'll hear me call it? The lag line is simple. It's the candles in line form, which means it's just showing you the closes every day. It's the candles in line form moved backwards 27 spaces or time frames. And since this is a daily chart, this is moved back 27 days. It's fairly simple. Fairly simple. All right. So I can put the candles up here and you'll see that it's replicated identically. See that? It's the same. All it is moved backwards a little bit, right? There's rules for the lag line, and I'll show you those rules for the lag line in a moment. I just wanted to show you what the lag line was first. It's the candles in line form moved backwards. Next, we have the baseline and the conversion line. What are these? They're just moving averages, all right? But they serve a purpose. The red line is the baseline. It's the slow moving average. Call it the 21 EMA, even though it's not. It's slower than the blue line, which is the conversion line. It's like the 8 EMA, all right? It moves a little faster. We want to see the blue line over the red line. Simple. Is the blue line over the red line? And the answer is no, it is not on Google. No, it is not. It is not over the red line. We're going to use that later to tell you something, all right? The next piece of this puzzle is the space in between the blue and the red line that you see right here, okay? These spaces in the blue and red line form the cloud. And I'm going to pull up the cloud for you next. So we'll break that off. And here is the cloud. All right. Like I said, it's the space in between the conversion line and the baseline. Moved forward 27 spaces. So the lag line is moved back 27 spaces. The space in between the blue and the red line is moved forward 27 spaces. Put it all together. How do you use it? All right. So you see the cloud up here now. It's green and red. We want the cloud to be green on the end. What color is the cloud right now? It is red. That's no bueno. All right. So let's put it all together. You see the cloud on there now. I'm going to add the baseline, the conversion line, and the lagging span. All right. First rule of the Ichimoku Cloud, I need 4 green check marks or 4 yeses, all right, in order for this to be a go trade, meaning I'm in it and I'm going to stay in it. First thing I need it to be a check mark is this cloud green on the end? The answer is right now, no, it is not. So that's not going to be green. That's going to be a red X, not a check mark, an X. Let me get an X over here, right there. Bam, X. No bueno. Next up is the conversion line over the baseline, which would typically happen first, by the way. Is it over the baseline? No, it is not. It's very much under the baseline. Guess what, folks? That's a red X. No bueno. Third, it involves the candles. Are the candles above or below the cloud? As you see, the last candle that we just had, which was yesterday, is under the Ichimoku Cloud. It's underneath it. Therefore, that is a no. That is a red X. We need to see this price above the cloud like it was back here. Okay, and you see now it's fallen under. Red X, no thank you. Lastly, the lagging span or the lag line right here. This white line needs to be above the candles. Is it above the candles? No, it is not. Since it is not above the candles, it is a no bueno. 4 out of 4 red X's. No thank you to Google until this improves and I start to see some of these X's turn into green check marks. There's no reason to buy in to Google. There's no reason to be risking the asset here, which is dollars, on something that is moving sideways or down. The beautiful thing about the Ichimoku Cloud is it'll help keep you out of sideways trades. When a trade is just chopping along, going sideways, doing nothing, the Ichimoku Cloud will stay red. It won't give you all 4 of your check marks, so you're not going to be able to buy into it. The next strategy you can deploy here is every time you get a check mark that goes from red to green, that's 25% buy. So you buy in 25% each time. If they start to fail, you scale out 25% each time. All right, they may happen simultaneously, they may not. You can adjust that how you want. You can say I'll do 50% if I get one check mark, and then the other 50% if I get the other all 4 of the check marks. However you want to tweak that strategy, it's fair for you to do it. We've found that there's a 50% or so success rate down to the 1 hour chart for that. Even though there's a 50% win-loss rate, the wins still have a higher percentage dollar-wise than the losses do. So even that strategy works on the 1 hour. All right. That's the Ichimoku Cloud, plain and simple. All right. It's not as complicated as people make it out to be. You just need to look for your check marks. So since we've got our check marks down here, let's start with that WBT that someone asked about a couple minutes ago. Let's do WBT at the 26.10 mark. So WBT, Australian. Holy moly, look at that. So green cloud, yes. Lag line over the candles, yes. Conversion line over baseline, yes. Price over the cloud, yes. You have 4 check marks. All you need to do here is sit back and kick rocks and let it do its thing. When you start to see things change here, it's an opportunity for you to move out. Now, some people often ask me, well, is there a way to get an early jump on this to know it's time to stop? Yes, there is. If you see the lag line start to run into the candles, and you see how far away they are right now. If you see the lag line start to run into the candles, that's typically a sign to start scaling out. All right. That'll usually happen at right about the same time that the baseline and conversion line will roll over and cross. Not always, but a lot of times that'll happen. So look for that to happen to start scaling out. You don't have to wait that long if you don't want, but for the Ichimoku Cloud, that's what this is built for. This thing has performed like an absolute animal. It's well above all-time high, screaming high. While it may have some small pullbacks, it's showing no signs of stopping. The monthly RSI is screaming high. It's testing all-time high right now, all the way back to March 2011. Pretty darn insane, right? So until this changes for the negative, I wouldn't budge on it. I would stay riding the wave. The wave is still continuing up. There's no point to run away from it. That's a pretty simple, easy analysis, yeah? Cool. All right. 3 inches of snow today for Denny Deep Pocket. Screw that noise. 49 likes, 63 people on. Y'all go hit like, man. It's free. What's up, Poochie? Good to see you. StatCoin says ALGO. Can I do ZS stock? Corey said ZS. So yeah, let's do that first. 2815 ZS. ZS. Z-scale. All right, we're looking at the cloud. We have a green cloud, but it's bearing down its way, about to cross over into the red. That's no good. Our price is under the cloud. That's no good. Flag line still very much under the candles. That's no good. Conversion is under base. That's no good. You have 1 out of 4. You should be 75% out of this one and waiting for a better spot if you were using the Ichimoku Cloud. You may get a decent price here to rebuy. It's not quite overbought on the RSI yet either. So as far as the cloud goes, it's going to be a no thank you. That's ZS. How about algorand? And that's going to be at the 29.12 mark. ALGO USDT. All right, here's the Binance ALGO USDT pair. Using the cloud, she's 4 out of 4 no. I think we can all see that pretty well. You got a red X right here. Why? Because the cloud's red. You have lots of red X's if you guys haven't caught on to that yet. Price is well under the cloud. That's no bueno. Don't want to see that. You got lag line way under the candles. Look at that. No good. You have baseline. Baseline is way above the conversion line. No bueno. Now, is there a place to start scaling in here if you're trying to use fibs and stuff? Yes, there should be. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of support here, so I expect this one to maybe sweep a little lower. It really just depends on, everything's kind of following the big boys' moves right now. So as long as that continues, I'm going to continue doing what the market's doing and not try to get cute here. We are coming up on Friday. Weekends are kind of wonky, so I'm probably going to chill for the weekend and do nothing and wait for Monday to come in. But this looks bad from the cloud perspective. Simple as that. There's not a whole lot here that goes, yes, I absolutely must buy this. I just don't see it. MATIC. All right, let's take these fibs off. MATIC is sitting at the 618 fib. It's at some support where algorand doesn't have support right here. You'll see that MATIC does. There's support all through here that algorand doesn't have. All right, so MATIC may hold up better through this nastiness. This isn't a terrible spot to try to start scaling in because you are at some support right here. And there's another level down here at about 90 cents, 90 to 92 cents. There's another level down there you could possibly set some limit buys at and DCA a little bit and try to catch this back up. As you see, it's getting hammered by sell pressure. Nothing great here to write home about. That line needs to cross, and it may take till Monday to happen or Tuesday, beginning of the week next week to happen. We'll see what everyone freaks out about with the CPI stuff. I don't care about that shit. I really don't. I buy and sell the chart. I don't buy and sell news. It's pretty simple. I don't quite understand why people don't grasp that, and it's just not interesting to me to worry about the news. It's totally out of my control. Things are out of my control. I tend to put my hands back and not touch. What I can control is my mouse, right? When I buy and sell. And since I can control that, this is what I worry about. That chart and when I can buy and sell. And as far as the cloud goes, she's a stinker. 4 out of 4, no thank you. Can we call me weak, but I need more than 3.5 hours of sleep. See y'all in the morning. It's all right, Brand. No worries, brother. We'll see you tomorrow. I get it. Some of us don't need sleep like me. I don't need to sleep as much as everybody else. Big Tech says ASO. All right, we'll put ASO on the list, and we'll also put Kava on the list, and that'll be for Manolo. But first, on the recommendation of some of you guys, a Southern classic, I bought some Crown Royal Apple. I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm finna. Haven't even opened this bottle yet. For y'all that have been around since the bull market, when we before the bull market back in 2019 when we started doing this, we drink whiskey on here. And for those of you that can't handle that, I'm sorry, but this is a grown-up YouTube channel. The kids don't hang out here. Most of the time, you kids are too immature to be here anyway, because you like to just hodl. Ain't no hodling happening over here. Ooh, that smells good. I've got some Sphere Ice. Blow. I don't have the steel balls tonight. Ooh-wee. Let's put that over some ice, shall we? Because I like my whiskey chilled. Salute to everyone. Oh shit, that tastes like candy. Oh boy, I'm gonna be in trouble. Whoo, that's pretty good. Ooh, I like it. All right. Where is the Mustang at? What's up, Tim? Way up. Good to see you. So the Mustang's at my father-in-law's house. As a matter of fact, I just bought a new car cover for it yesterday. I'm going to put it on in the morning after I drop the kids off at school. My goal is for this year, this summer, after the summer's over, I want to take some profits here and hopefully get to work on my garage over on the property at the farm. I want to build a very big garage, a one-time garage, and be done with it kind of thing. I don't have any place to work on it here since moving to this new house. Hey, by the way, everyone, I took profits and we were able to get a new house and buy a farm and a bunch of other shit, everybody. Right? So if you don't take profits, you can't do any of that. So this house here is a patio home, and I guess it's a patio home. I don't know what you call it, but it's built on a concrete slab, right? And the garage is a 1.5 garage, where the old house that we had was a 2.5. So I had room for the car, the golf cart, and plenty of place to work. She didn't park in the garage at the other house because her car wouldn't fit because it was a 78 model house. So my car did fit, so I had it in there. Well, now we've swapped. So I can't have it sitting outside here because of the HOA. So I got to have it over at my father-in-law's house. Sitting on the trailer at my father-in-law's house. Still got all my parts, didn't sell anything, but I am going to work on it soon. Just not yet. Still working on it. I do have the money to buy the parts now. That's the other thing. But now I'm stingy and old and don't want to spend the money on it. Peach Crown is solid too. Okay, I hear you. Steel balls right there, buddy, right? Jameson is apple juice. Crown Vanilla is delicious. Oh, you guys are killing me. I got to go back to the liquor store because I spent $130 a day on liquor. I got some other stuff too. Pause. So this was recommended to me by the guy down at the liquor store. This is Larceny. Larceny 1870 small batch bourbon. This is mash bill. It's straight Kentucky bourbon. He said it was pretty good, so I'm going to give that a whirl. Also, I got some Jack Daniel's Bonded Tennessee whiskey here. It's 100 proof, and he said this was new and just come out. So I got to get to work on this. Haven't even tried it yet. As you see, not even been opened. I'm probably going to save this one for the next one because I have so much to drink now. Also, got some moonshine from a moonshine guy. So I'm going to fill up the flask after the stream and drink on that a little bit every once in a while because I love me some damn moonshine. I am from the South, everybody. All right. Let's see what else you guys got on the list over here. Jack Daniel's honey. Yeah, I've had Jack Daniel's honey before. It's not too bad. Adam walked with steel balls today. Yeah, let's look at Adam. I believe it's green, isn't it? So we'll have a look at that. Real quick, if you haven't done so, guys, right here is the link. launchpass.com/786assassins/half off. No bullshit, everybody. It's $8 a month. It costs hardly nothing to be a part of what we do. You know, it's a team effort. We don't charge a tremendous amount for this. It's more so about being a part of the team and, you know, being active and asking questions and learning. Because once you do that, you take yourself to a different level. You're no longer retail. You're a step above retail. Now, we can never be the big dogs. We never will be the big dogs, but we can get close, all right? And that's what we do as a team over at the 786 Assassins Discord. The link is in the description of the video below. Also, you can get over there by using 786unlimited.com, which is right there. Now, let's get into some charts. So ASO, and we're going to do that at 38.25. 38.25. ASO. All right, that's Academy Sports and Outdoors. On an absolute uptrend rip, look at that thing go. As long as it continues to hold that line, I'm cool with it. If I look at the cloud, she's going to be all green in every way, shape, and form. Now, we'll say this. Remember a moment ago when I said when it starts to hit the candles, that may be a time to think about scaling out? Well, looky there. Lag line is getting very close to bumping into those candles. Once it does that, you typically see some slowdown. We are really high, and this thing has formed a hell of a bull flag here. See that? And look at those wicks on the top of that thing. I'm not sure I like that sell pressure right there. So keep an eye out. If this thing can't keep up, it may be time to scale out a little bit and wait for a trend line test because it's dancing with the devil this high. That's what I think about ASO, which is Academy Sports and Outdoors. So now let's look at Kava. Go to the Binance pair because I don't draw on this one very much. So Kava's stuck in this same bit of a downtrend here, right? Hasn't broken out yet, really needs to. Once it breaks out, look for a move back up, but it's kind of stuck in the mud here, even though it's gotten going for the last couple of days and it seemed to be a little bit deflective away from what was happening in the rest of the market. Just watch out. We don't want to get cute here because this thing could roll over and quit on you. Let's look at how much it retraced overall. See, is it outperforming everything? It is outperforming everything a little bit. It did do a 50 retrace, which is where you saw Bitcoin at, right? That 50 fib line. See, it hit it right there. That's a continuation fib. When we see that, we see a run up and a bounce on a 50. We want to see it break the next zone, which it did right there. If it can get over this trend line, go time. If it can't, watch out for another rollback and a double tap down here on this 50 fib. That's the other option. So walk softly. It's hard to buy an asset that is going up when the rest of the market is going down. It's like playing with fire, right? And I don't want to see anybody get burned, so please be careful. All right. Atom is going to be at 41 minutes flat. All right, Atom threw a big green hammer candle yesterday. Right there, you see it, that big green hammer candle. What is a hammer candle? Well, a hammer candle is when you have a very long wick on the bottom, as you see here, little to no wick on the top, as you see there, and it has a candle body on the top end of the candle only. This is a hammer, meaning it will beat the price up because it's on the bottom. You can also have an inverse hammer, which you could probably guess what that means, the opposite. It means it could push the price down. Now, I don't call them inverse hammer. I call them shooting stars whenever you see that. Whenever you see a candle with a big tall wick on the top and it's red with a candle body on the bottom, I don't see one here I would show you, but those are shooting stars. Right here's a shooting star candle. Right there, that's a shooting star. As you see, all wick on the top, candle body bottom only, it's red, and there's very, very little wick on the bottom. That is a shooting star candle. Look what happened after. Down to earth it came. That's why we call them that. All right. I don't particularly do a lot of candlestick patterns because I've seen them be flaky at best when it comes to crypto. So I kind of tend to steer away from them and not get too cute with it. Do I still think CRV can get to where it goes? Well, we'll look at that in a second. All right. Let me finish off Atom here. So we did dance around and tap this overall trend line here for Atom. Can we hang on? Again, we're going into the weekend, so I think this thing can hang on, but it really just depends on what happens on Saturday and Sunday. Typically, we see wonky action when in the middle of when we're back and forth like this. The dollar's up, the dollar's down. It's kind of dicey. So I want to see what happens come Monday and Tuesday. That's going to be the real test. Thursday, the Fed chair speaks. You know, everybody gets hyped up for CPI stuff, and I told you guys I don't really care about it. They're expected to go 50 basis points. What if they go 25 basis points? What are we going to do? Oh my God, I don't know. Who cares? Let's just watch and see what happens to the charts as we get closer to that point, okay? Then we can make an assessment. We're not there yet, so quit freaking out and speculating on stuff you have no control over. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. Let's look at, TWT. I can write all this down for you. All right. We'll do this first. We'll do CRV. And this is going to be at 43 minutes and 30 seconds. All right. It says, can we get back to the 50 cents area? So let's pull a fib first. We'll start back here and roll up. And depending on where you pull this fib from, that looks pretty accurate though. We still have a little bit of down left here, in my opinion. Moving averages, we're dancing around in between them right now. Let's see if we can hang on. Some of the other ones hung on right here. 79 to 80 cents right here is a decent level. Hopefully it can maintain. If it cannot maintain, the next levels down are 70 cents and 60 cents. And we have a big trend line right here. And I'm not too upset about this thing coming down because I completely whiffed on CRV and I want to get a better buy-in. If it wants to come down here to this other support, which is down here more around 70 cents, I think that's more realistic. If it can't hold 80 cents, 70 cents is definitely a good target. That'll be above the trend line and on support. Fail that, man, it's all the way down to 786 at 60 cents. I don't know about 50 anymore. We'll have to wait and see, at least short term. I'm not sure we get there just yet. I just don't know if it's in the cards yet. Maybe later, maybe the back half of 2023. We'll see. When the back half of 2023 comes around, we'll have to find out. I mean, I don't know, right? We'll have to see. All right. We'll look at that one in a moment. How about Wine Chain? I scaled out of this one when things got bad. This is 45.10. So I went ahead and scaled out of this one because it started throwing really ugly wicks. I got out with just a touch of profit. It's still got this bottom formation here, and it's still hanging on to this trend line right here. I don't hate taking chances on scaling in at the trend line here, but as the way the market moves, I worry if this thing just falls off more. RSI still is not oversold. There could be more down in the future. I don't want people to get overworked and stretch too far. There's a possibility that we get a little bit more down. It may run all the way back to that 100 moving average at 20 cents. Again, this leans me into the side of thinking, I don't know, man. I don't like the way some of this looks. It looks a little iffy at best. Here's the cloud. Green cloud, yes. Conversion over base, yes. Price over cloud, yes. Lag line, yes. You still got 4 green check marks on the cloud. You still haven't got a single no thank you on the cloud. That's how rapidly this moved. So, again, I don't hate taking a chance here. I really don't. It may move sideways throughout the weekend and the next week. So, one step at a time. We'll reassess as this goes. I sold it off. You're free to do what you want, though, right? Cloud doesn't look terrible. This is what I say. It takes some off the top. It takes some off the bottom. And it leaves stuff waiting for you. It's a much slower indicator. That's the point of it. So you don't have to worry so much. Okay? Just the way it is. All right. TWT is going to be at 46.45. All right. Yep, we're negative on the cloud everywhere here. You see how quick I can pick that up? Okay, after you do this stuff for a while, folks, and you get repetitive with it, you start doing it more and more, you start to see this stuff play out, right? Bam. Lag line way down. Price way down. Conversion under base. Red cloud. No thank you anywhere here. All right, so we can take the cloud off. We know it's 4 out of 4. No bueno. It's rolling over pretty rapidly here. We had a hell of a trend. I'm not sure where to grab a fib from. That looks like that might already be a 1618. Let's step out on the higher time frames here. Look at this thing performing. My goodness. It outperformed a lot of stuff on the market, didn't it? It's pretty impressive. We got this little uptrend running right here. Again, even though it looks bad, I don't hate taking a chance on it. There's support here. I don't hate it. Just be careful. The knife is still falling. All right? I don't want anybody to get burned. If you're going to take a chance on this, for God's sakes, that is stop loss. Things could get gnarly going forward here, and I don't want anyone to get roasted. So I don't hate chances. You're never going to make anything if you don't take some risks. I just don't know if this is the one I would take or not. All right. I'm not sure where to pull the fib on this one from exactly. I think down here, and I think that's going to put it somewhere around the 50. So again, that's where I would take a chance on it. You're welcome. CRO. So we're at 48.25. We'll do CRO. I scaled out of this one. Had high hopes for it, man. And then this shit let me down, dude. All right. Still well under the trend line here. She failed this short-term trend very, very roughly. It's almost like it didn't have a chance in hell. Look at that. Just epic failure, man. Let me down, why don't you? So, I really need to see this improve. At some sort of short-term support here, yes. Where's 786 at right here? Going up. Following that trend. Looks like the 24th is going to be the end of the trend here for this one. Let me zoom way in where we can see better. We're approaching 786 at 6 cents here. Again, that's not a fair idea. Not a bad idea to maybe take a chance at 6 cents because there is some support, right? You're getting a chance at a double bottom here. The RSI is oversold. Again, not an awful risk. Just please set a stop loss. Whatever you do, practice safe trade management. There you go. That box right there is a decent spot. You're hitting the box now. I don't hate it. Same time, I'm trying to have a little bit less risk than most, so you guys can take more chances than me. Feel free. I'm going to be more careful. Sir Sigma says 19,900. Yeah, I've been watching. It's at 19,965 right now, and floating around a bit. 19,855 on CME, but please remember that the CME lags about 10 minutes because I don't pay for premium data. Total market cap, and then the S&P 500. All right, so total is going to be 50 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, total market cap. You failed this short-term trend here. It's rolled over, broke the 50 fib. It's clearly pointing back to low time frames, short-term frame support. Short-term support is right here in between the golden pocket area and 786. So anywhere in these two boxes for total market cap makes sense to me for them to go back to here. It's a falling knife at the moment, and I don't like to catch falling knives. As you see, she's pushing through the 50 fib as we speak and all the moving averages. Not sustainable. Again, not sustainable. I think that will retrace back up and come back to this zone because of that. You have to check these moves with bounces. If they do not bounce when they hit these moving averages like that, then they're bound to retrace, all right? Piercing through the cloud here. Don't like that. Piercing through the cloud. Clouds turn red. Lag line under, baseline under. 4 out of 4, no thank you on total market cap. I would like to see that improve on the hurry. But again, I can't make it do anything. I'm just a slave to the market. All right, we'll switch to the S&P 500 here. That'll be at 5130. All right, so I've got this pulled up now. It may or may not be failing this trend line. I'm not exactly sure depending on how I have it drawn. I do see that it's testing the backside of this uptrend here, so I'll pull this off. It's testing the backside of this uptrend here. Hasn't quite failed it just yet. Let's see how the market opens in the morning. I'll be awake because I'll be going and doing shit, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Like I said, I got to ride over to the farm, put the car cover on the Mustang, and then come back here and watch the market. And then I might catch a nap at some point, but I don't really know when because then I got to leave. I got tax people to talk to. I got to call the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce. I've got to go to the post office. I've got to go get kids from school. I've got to go run to the other side of Burke County, North Carolina, and pick my other kid up. It's going to be an eventful day tomorrow, all while watching the market. So please, please don't give me the excuse that you don't have time. I'm one of the busiest people you'll ever meet. No excuses, folks. Make time. Make time. You want to make money and be financially free or not? Just saying. Just saying. I also like the fib level that we're at here on this one. I can see we're at about 50 or 618, depending here. Let's pull the fib and see. Yep, we're right at 618. Again, I think this market will probably open Monday green or flat. Let's watch it with a grain of salt here. I'm not going to trade I'm not going to trade any options tomorrow. Probably going to leave whatever positions I've got alone. Let them be and see how they play out. Let's see. What else? Someone said, okay, Ghost Guy said Solana. We're running out of time too. So 53.20 is going to be Solana. All right, we use Coinbase. Is this an active chart? Yeah, it is. Okay. So Solana rolling over and playing dead here. Big gap back to support. That's what we call a fair value gap, in case you guys ever wonder what fair value gaps are. Right here it is. From the current price, wherever the current price is, back to support, that's a fair value gap. It needs to be short-term support or the most recent support. And there's a fair value gap all the way back to $14.60-ish. So expect that to happen. And I can pull a fib and pretty much do the same thing. Again, why I don't do fair value gaps is because I like Fibonacci retracement better. I can see the 50 fib is about 1467, almost the exact same spot like I just said. So anywhere around 1460, I would look to take a chance. Make sense? Makes sense. This works best for low time frames, so don't get mad if it doesn't work on daily. All right? Low time frames, don't say I didn't warn you. In the meantime, again, I still expect more down. 1460 makes sense. If it breaks that, 1350 is another level to look for. One step at a time. That's getting closer to the 618 fib. Kind of just depends on what Bitcoin does. It's kind of moving the market by itself right now. It happens the way this is how it happens from time to time. You just gotta kind of chill out and let it roll. All right, nothing you can do about it. Quick check on Bitcoin. As you see, still fighting the 20,000 level. It's going to ping pong back and forth for the rest of the day. What are you going to do about it? The answer is nothing. You're not going to do anything about it because there's nothing you can do. All right. I know one I was looking at earlier was Zcash because my phone sent me an alert telling me it was down. I believe it's happening right now. Nope. All right. Look at Zcash. Oh, someone said Wombat. My bad. Wombat finally showing a little weakness here. I took profits on this already. It was going sideways and chopped through this trend line here. This is the first weakness it's shown. It's done nothing but perform up until now. Had this staked, removed it from staking, and sold off a good portion of it. Moved it all the way back down just to a shitter amount, and moved the money off into Tether. As you see, she's starting to roll over. The next available line to me is around 0027, 0026, call it 0025. That'd be back to support. One step at a time, though. It may catch some support before then and keep going. It's testing the 21, but the 200 moving average is also right there underneath the price. It may continue to hang out right there and not fail too much more. And I started this at 55.50. May hang out here and hold the 200 moving average. And if it does, that would be amazing. That would show some incredible strength there and potentially more gains. I have no problem moving into this position again. This coin was very good to me so far. The guys over in the Discord, they have not so nice though. They didn't really want to hear anything I had to say. They kind of deleted when I posted my tweets and stuff. They really only want to talk about NFTs and stuff and nonstop bullish this, bullish that. You know how I am. I don't do all that mess. Oh, by the way, if you guys would go over to Jesse Eccles' channel on YouTube and talk to him. We've been talking back and forth on Twitter DMs a little bit about doing a podcast. Go over there and let him know you want to see me on a podcast, right? We'll go over there and talk TA, talk risk management, and try to educate his side of the world, and try to educate his side of the crypto space. I'm always trying to help people when I can, all right? You know, I get the bad rap about being some kind of asshole. That's really not the case, man. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help people make better decisions and make better risks and keep their money, maintain their capital, which is a crucial element to what we do. I want to see it happen. Looks like we can burn town. Looks like we can burn town coin for GALA. Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Flow. Well, feel me flow, right? All right, that's going to be 57.30, 57.40. Go to flow. All right. All right, she's rolling over and playing dead here a bit. I don't like that. It was already off the bottom here. Never broke the 200, just like CRO. Right now, she's sitting at 618. I expect this to come back to at least 75 cents. There's no support here. And since there's no support, there's nothing to catch the price. If it doesn't hold 75 cents, brother, it's going to get sketchy in the flow world. It could come all the way down to 50 cents, 44 cents, 37 cents. Watch and see. Be careful, folks. It can get much, much worse from here. Okay? This is a falling knife. It's the definition of a falling knife. And if that's the case, you don't catch falling knives. You wait on them to hit the floor, then you pick them up. But not until then, okay? Important to remember that. Not until then. Bought a good bit of crypto on Uphold earlier. Hard not to with them being down 5 to 11%. Yeah, Anthony G, I think there's much more down ahead. Depending. Now, I did take some positions before the live stream. Posted them in the Discord, right? I don't hate taking chances when we have big downs, right? I just want to be careful about people catching falling knives. This could continue throughout the weekend, and they would go down even farther. If you're scaling in a little by little, I don't hate scaling in. I don't. We've gone a long way down. I don't currently see 10,000 and all that stuff happening. There's a lot to go through before that can happen, so we'll reserve judgment on that until we actually get there. But that's been an hour already. That's 59 minutes. Thank you all for coming. This has been badass. Doing one stream a week is much easier on me. I don't have to, and I don't know, it's just hard to explain, but it's easier. I can do the short videos, the short form videos to get people to watch. Hopefully helps people out. Try to get as many people as we can in our Discord to teach as many people as we can, as much as we can. Thank you all for coming. We'll be back again Thursday, live at 11 p.m. In the meantime, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we put out short form videos, market updates. All right. We also have our stuff going on in our Discord every single day. We have Zooms, subscriber chats, nonstop talk, nonstop action, nonstop charts. Come and join us, man. You'd be surprised how much you can learn in a short period of time. With that, I'll leave you with this. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. That's from Jay-Z. And lastly, but not least, you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to come hang out with me. I appreciate the hell out of that. I super do. That's Notorious B.I.G. See you guys on the next live stream. Sky's the limit. Peace.